What's up, everybody? Hope all of y'all are doing undeniably fan-freaking-tastic out there. My name is James SelfStandard. And folks, real quick, before we get into the main topics of this video, I need to address that I'm partially autistic. My mind's racing about 900 miles an hour. And if it looks like I'm not making eye contact, that's because I'm reading some notes here. So, yeah, I apologize about that. So, let's just get into the video. Today is July 23rd, 2025. But why is this date significant? Well, because it was 10 years ago to this very date where I'm Dontai uploaded the roast of Tyrone Magnus and unknowingly caused the ripple effects for what I call the Reactor Renaissance. So Dontai, if you're out there watching, happy Roastaversary.
Yo, what is up, everybody? We are here with the roast of Tyrone Magnus, the man himself. Go ahead and give him a round of applause.
That's right. A Reactor Renaissance took place in the years of 2015 to 2016. Now, I can't promise that someone's going to be safe from getting roasted today, but just bear with me. Let's rewind back to 2015. I had just started my own YouTube channel of SelfStandard programming. It was May of 2015. Meanwhile, in the same month of May, 11 days prior to my first upload, Dontai launched his own channel. But back then, sure, some reactors, they were getting noticed here and there, but a lot of folks, they just seemed to be attending to their own business. But it took Dontai's roast to start bringing everyone together. And it wasn't just his normal roast targets though. I mean, yeah, Tyrone, the Real Rejects, Akasan, all them, yeah, eventually they did react to the project, but there was other reactors out there reacting to this project as well. And then we had Adik the One out there. He was making all these reaction compilation mashups or whatever, and the reactorverse was quickly turning into the Wild West. I will be remiss if I didn't give a quick shout out to Clockwork Cyborg and Bat Roulette. Now, even though their own roast of Tyrone wasn't received well, Clockwork and Bat Roulette, they did still help set up the dominoes for Dontai to push later. Now, we do gotta talk about something serious for Bat Roulette later, and we'll address that soon enough. Clockwork Cyborg, though, I don't know what exactly happened to him. He just went ghost on all social media. I don't know what the heck happened to him.
Did you know that I may be in England soon?
Really?
Yes. I have some friends out there.
Oh,
you know, go ahead. I hear you. Go ahead. I may, there's a couple of friends I have out there that I may visit. And then, do you know who Clockwork Cyborg is?
I don't. I feel ashamed of myself now.
Clockwork Cyborg is in England too. And he's a nut. He's an acquired taste. He trolls people on Omegle a lot. Okay. So, but he I think I may want to meet up with him so I can see what this character is really like.
But that fateful day, back on May 23rd, 2015, Dontai roasted not only Tyrone, but he roasted Akasan, Subtho Bros, Real Rejects, The Knight, and Jinx. But what happened to this group of folks? Well, the Subtho Bros, they ended up having to part ways, unfortunately.
I'm moving to Georgia, Atlanta, ATL.
Throw your A up down.
But I think that upon Gator's departure, they did end up proving one of Dontai's jokes wrong.
Congratulations on shoving Coolie down our throats the same way Super Mario did with Luigi. Super Mario Bros, Gator Martin, Subtho Bros.
The camera that we're using, I'll let Coolie have it.
It's a big thing. When he told me, I was like...
But when Gator left, though, the channel was left under the ownership of Cooley, and Gator even left Cooley with his camera. Now I see that Gator's rocking a beard, and despite the beard and despite the big muscles, his voice still hasn't hit puberty yet. Go figure. The glow up of Ryan Wright needs to be studied. The dude's gotten in so much better shape. But bruh, there's so many real rejects now that I can't keep up with every single one. Jeez Louise, it's like Ryan Wright has turned his channel into an apartment complex and you gotta pay him rent just to be a real reject. Despite his team size, they still won't collectively produce more complaints than the amount that Tyrone has for the current movie industry. But you know what? I'm getting ahead of myself. We'll save all Tyrone discussion for later. Let's talk about The Knight. No, not that one. The Knight doesn't seem to be around as much. I mean, he hasn't changed a bit. That's awesome. He's still just as bald now as he was 10 years ago. But the editing has improved for his reaction channels, and I know he sent his talents to TikTok occasionally, but Knight now seems like he's that stay-at-home son for the Reactor community. I mean, let's imagine it like this. Let's say all the Reactorverse was gathered under one roof for family. I know, bad idea. The Knight will be like that stay-at-home son, stuck in his room doing questionable activities, and he might only emerge every few months just to get a snack or something. I was looking around for Jinx, and I was convinced that he just dropped off the face of the planet. Like his main channel was gone, and his archive channel hasn't been updated in about 7 years. But then I stumbled upon Jinx the Rebel. I mean, it's good to see that he still has that tiger going on. But bruh, Jinx might be the only guy that I know to still have a gold play button for a channel that doesn't even exist anymore. Now, shout out to Akasan. Hopefully there's no more bad blood between him and Dontai. I know back in 2016 there was some disagreements. I opened up my big mouth thinking that my opinion mattered. But hopefully the beef has been squashed. I mean, look, 9 years to a decade is a long time to learn things. But, you know, it's good to see that Akasan is still active on his channel. And it's good to know that those red dreads, they're not going anywhere. The dreads aren't going anywhere, and neither is his legacy. I mean, look, until I'm proven wrong, I think that it's safe to say that out of everyone Dontai roasted, out of every reactor mentioned today, Akasan might have the longest reigning channel out of everyone. His first upload dates all the way back to 2006. I was 12 in 06. Freaking 12 years old when Akasan launched his channel. And now I'm 31. Akasan might as well be like the R-Truth of the Reactor community. He's been around long enough to earn legacy status, but he hasn't been over enough to win that main championship, or in this case, the gold play button. Suddenly, I don't feel so bad about not reaching 1,000 subs yet. I mean, heck, it took Akasan 10 years to reach 100K. Now to the main event of who was roasted that day. First, let me state that out of everyone here, Tyrone Magnus has always been my favorite member of the Reactor community. Matter of fact, to this day, to this frickin' day, it's still on my YouTube bucket list to have Tyrone react to one of my videos. But out of the entire history that I have had here on SSP, Tyrone may have given me the most important LOL on one of my videos. But it is worth noting though that Tyrone deleted his reaction to Dontai roasting him. Why? I think we need to address the ego on this guy. But real quick, shout out to Scarlo. I'm happy for Tyrone to have someone like her in his life, but something's missing. Just ask Mamba Jumbo.
If I was hitting it, y'all wouldn't know. There would be no speculation. Because when she would be on camera, there would be nothing but light radiating from her soul. If I was hitting it, whenever she moved her hands, there was nothing but that Disney Tinkerbell pixie dust sprinkling from her fingers every time that she talked, okay?
Boy.
So now that y'all know, ain't nothing going on. Stop with the harassment. Alright, goddammit?
But back to Dante's roast, though. I mean, yeah, it's understandable why Tyrone might have deleted the vids of Clockwork and Bat Roulette, but I remember hearing that Tyrone had a condition in regards to Dante's roast.
Alright, so a few of y'all been writing me. There's another roast of Tyrone Magnus out there, and you want me to check it out. Last roast that was done of me was done by Clockwork Cyborg, whose channel I really like, but the roast didn't go over that well. Yeah, so if this roast isn't funny, I'm not going to react to any roasts until I get big enough to have my own real roasts, where comedians and actors and actresses and musicians, sports, you know what I mean, stars are tearing me apart.
Don't get me wrong, I'm proud of Tyrone for just putting himself out there like that. But he wears confidence like a tight tank top, and that's not always a bad thing. But he did become an actor in his own right through a Vengeance project as well, and yeah, it was kind of entertaining to see his fight scene. But, come on. Don't let Tyrone be the voice of every Marvel fan today. All of them combined can't produce the amount of complaints about the movie industry in a week than this man does in a day.
Hi-ho, hi-ho, it's off the woke we go. Hi-ho, 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 it's off the woke we go. Hi-ho, 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 we're digging our own grave. We're burying our company. It's off the woke we go. We're trash, we're trash, we're trash, we're trash. Putting out trash, putting out garbage. Hi-ho, 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 hi-ho. It's off the woke we go. Hi-ho, hi-ho, hi. It's ridiculous at this point.
Thunderbolts ended up recasting Century anyway, but that didn't make Tyrone's negativity change in the slightest. I mean, look, I love the Thunderbolts. I felt connected to Bob's and the Void's story. I wanted to cry, but no, Tyrone wouldn't see that because he hasn't felt that. Tyrone's got enough magnesites, and I'm sure enough contacts, that he can produce his own anti-woke superhero fan flick. But look at me. I work on a budget of under $100. But I don't get paid jack squat from any of those projects. That doesn't stop me from making my own roast-style fan films. But nah, Tyrone, he would rather be one of the biggest critics of all time. As a loyal magnesite, I can say that the Tyrone that I became a fan of 10 years ago isn't the Tyrone that I'm seeing today. A lot of the stuff that we used to love together, Tyrone doesn't exactly love anymore. And I guess that's just wisdom taking root. But don't get me wrong, some of his points are justified. It's just that he takes it a little bit too over the deep end sometimes. But now I need to address Dontai himself. Shout out to him for having almost 6 million collective subscribers across 3 channels. And I'm not even going to address his Twitch. But Dontai has almost 6 million subscribers, while Tyrone still only has 2. But look, Donte's a dad now. And, wait a tick. Is Dontai the only father now out of everybody else discussed today? I need someone to confirm if that statement is true or not. Anywho, after Dontai produced that first roast, we had other roasts as well. His sequel to roasting Tyrone was him roasting Ron Wright. That project's quality became questionable due to his involvement of Movie Man Mark's Joker. But you know what? Movie Man Mark cosplaying as Joker for the roast, it may have been foreshadowing my aesthetic and my theme for cosplaying during my own roast films. In that project though, Mark roasted Bat Roulette. And now, this is where it needs to get serious for a minute. What happened to Bat Roulette? I've been in somewhat contact with him for the past few years off and on. And, well, a couple years ago, back in 2023, I actually made a video of myself discussing what happened to some of my favorite YouTubers. Because I made a list back then of YouTubers that I missed watching, and Bat Roulette was on that list. And I reached out to Bat Roulette to just see how he was doing. And what he told me was pretty dang shocking. Now, to save me time in this video of me filming today, I'm just going to include the clip of that video I did back then to explain what the heck was going on with Bat Roulette. It is. There's a YouTuber that has been known in the Reactor community as Bat Roulette. This man, he was a legend in the Reactor community and also in the Omegle chat roulette community. He was getting noticed from folks like Dontai and Tyrone Magnus in his day. Like, he hasn't uploaded anything, though, in 7 years. 7 years, apparently. Now, I know a few years ago he got into a bad car wreck. The guy told me that himself when I tried to invite him to my Roaster Mania idea back in the day. There was times when I tried to reach out to him on Facebook, but we didn't talk much. But still, though, I had a little bit of respect for the guy, you know. But out of everybody on this list, I did hit up Bat Roulette. I did. And Bat Roulette, he got back to me the same night, and he told me something heavy. He gave me like a big update here. Alright. So I hit Bat Roulette up. I said, hey, miss you, man. I'm doing research on some of my favorite missing YouTubers for a video. Last time we talked, I was on an old account, and you were telling me you got into a car wreck. Bat Roulette replies, well, I was actually kidnapped. And okay, before I continue, though, I need to insist that Bat Roulette actually gave me full permission to read the story. Alright? He said, well, I was actually kidnapped and tortured by a psychopath friend of mine who wanted my PIN number for my money. In July 2017, I was on top of the world going to Comic-Cons, and I just got back from one that month. A friend of mine and 2 other guys beat me up inside my friend's place, brought my hair off while I was unconscious, then tied me to a chair. They then pulled out golf clubs and hit my legs until I gave them my bank pen. They broke one of my legs. I was then held captive overnight until I escaped from the laundry when I was changing into my clothes as they washed them from all the blood. I had to go into protective custody and lived interstate until the court trial, which was in 2018. I still have videos I never uploaded, but it was obviously very traumatic and I have PTSD, so that's why I disappeared. Feel free to use the story. Alright, so alright. He said the guy who did it was Anthony Memo and is the nephew of a prominent Australian crime boss called Mick Gatto. and he said his real name is Mark. Alright, he said, you have my permission to use my details. If you need any more details, just ask. Alright, so I actually did look up some of the news articles online, and apparently this is true. This is legit. And like I don't personally, I don't feel comfortable sharing that information because like it's so like it's mind-boggling that Bat Roulette had to go through that. But like if anybody wants a link to the news article, let me know and I will send it to you personally somehow. Like I'll reply it to you personally somehow. All right. Yeah. So y'all keep Bat Roulette in your prayers, okay? Like Bat Roulette, he really needs your prayers. He really needs y'all to send some good vibes to him. All right. But for some reason though, the channel that Dontai started with isn't the one he's using today. I really don't know what happened there, but don't worry, he's still Dontai. Apart from the roast, a musical awakening took place back then, and everybody wanted to be a rapper, apparently.
Rock the game like I rock the mic, I rock a lane for acting nice and snatches ice. She want the pipe, she ride it right like every night. She say my name like Walter White, yeah. Same guy, same silly little rascal. Ain't shit flip but the switch of a tassel. Don't be.
Dontai. Didn't I teach you anything, man? I told you, if you're gonna kill somebody, make sure they're dead. Don't just run off. Shit.
This is the Dontai, PhD, and rhyme right. This is the Tyrone and his name. This is the Cooley, this is the Gator. Reactor rock, don't be a hater.
We had a lot of diss tracks going on, but 4 folks came together to do a Reactor family music video, which, let me nip this in the bud right quick. The importance of the number 4 in the Reactorverse became a thing. We had the original Big 4 of Akasan, Tyrone, Gator, and Ryan. Then we had the new Big 4 established of Dontai, Tucci, Cooley, and Rashad. But the 4 in the Reactor family music video included Rashad, Demon Killers Corp, Shay, and even Billy Lawrence. Now, I think out of every Reactor, Billy was the runt of the litter when it came to picking up reactors. He was the kid with the least subs. But he brushed elbows with greatness. All the reactors took notice of Billy. Billy was the glue that was trying to hold the Reactorverse together while he was embracing the live, love, life. Billy even helped me feel included into the community when I felt like I was being ignored due to my own channel size at the time. Billy gave me some encouraging words back then too that still sticks with me to this day.
Everybody, James SelfStandard from SelfStandard Programming, SelfStandard Cinema. Booyah! I think that's right. Booyah! Booyah! That's a lot of booyahs in one video. But yeah, man, I absolutely love this. Like, again, you got some work that needs done, of course, but, you know, everybody gets better. Trust me. Trust me. I really enjoyed this. Again, you'll get a better editor one day. You'll get a better camera. You get better in the things you do in life, your career. As you get older, you'll keep pushing and pushing, and I know that you'll succeed, my friend, if you just continue to keep putting out content, keep doing your thing, bro. You could be the very best, like no one ever was.
But 2015 ended with the React to This holiday special, where so many reactors came together for a big Christmas special. To this day, despite the project being deleted, I still have it on VHS. Don't ask how. But maybe I need to establish a small 4. Of course, I'm in it, but so is Humanoid Freak. I mean, yeah, I'll let Humanoid decide the other 2. Now, Billy the Kid though, Billy Lawrence, he has justifiable reasons about why he had to walk away from YouTube like he did, but I can't include him into the small 4 just yet, because even though he's not that active on his channel, his fingerprints are still completely on the small 4 of the Reactorverse. If this was the 4 horsemen of WCW and NWA, Billy could be our lingering manager like J.J. Dillon. Now, it was after the roast of Ryan where I wanted to take matters into my own hands. I wanted to roast Dontai myself. I did it once and it was an awkward flop.
And if I can't chokeslam you, you'll just be like this brick. See? Yeah, that's a brick. I'll just throw you across that ring like this. That was a whole brick. Now come take a look at it. Oh yeah, it's all brick crumples and junk. Yeah. Now watch him Don. Now watch him Tay-Tay. The 3 words that describe your roast of Ryan Wright are as follows. Stink, stank, stunk.
I did it again just to dust myself off, and yeah, it was better. But by attempt 3, I was ready to move on. I already had my original trilogy of roasting Dontai, all while in the style of Freddy Krueger. And I know for a while Dontai stopped producing roasts himself, but little did he know, he secretly passed the torch to me. That's what I like telling myself anyway. But because of the Reactor renaissance, I myself started doing my own roast on special occasions. Not just roasting reactors, but YouTubers in general. I've done spoofs of Friday the 13th, Leatherface, The Crow, and my personal favorite, Christmas Roastcation of Shad. Now, I've done almost 2,000 uploads so far, but that one is by far my favorite. If anything, I feel like that was my own holiday special. I mean, a lot of soul went into that project, and I enjoyed making it with everyone else involved.
Ooh, if any of you are looking for any last-minute gift ideas for me, I have one. I like an upload from Shad God right here, tonight. I want an upload from his happy holiday schedule with all the other big YouTubers, and I want to watch him right now with a big ribbon on his head. And I want all of you to see how much of a cheap, lying, no-good, rotten, four-flushing, low-life, snake-looking, dirt-eating, inbred, overstuffed, ignorant, blood-sucking, dog-kissing, brainless, nutless, hoopless, heartless, fat-rumped, bug-eyed, stiff-legged, body-lipped, warm-headed sack of monkey crap that he is. Hallelujah! Holy crap! Where's the Tylenol?
Damn. Damn.
Whoa.
Well then.
Crap. Whew.
We know who's on the naughty list next year.
But through the history of me staying patient here on YouTube, has anyone ever reacted to my roast? In regards to the main eventing YouTuber, no. I'll be honest, these past 10 years I've been wrestling with an inferiority complex, and one of the biggest debates being, because my sub count is so low, it means that big YouTubers wouldn't give a crap about me. All these folks like Akasan, Dontai, Tyrone, the Suptho Bros, all of them are like up here, and I'm all the way down here. Maybe I've just been too inferior for any of them to take notice. Dontai never reacted, Zombie 13 didn't, Berleezy didn't, Bruce Dropamoff didn't, Fernie Mac didn't, Robbie Epic Sauce didn't, Social Repos didn't, Vlad Black didn't. None of them reacted to my roasts. There were no reactions and there were no public mentions of anything about me. I used to get so salty about not getting the clout that I thought I deserved. But it's not like I've deleted any of my projects. Who knows, maybe one day when I'm an old geezer in the year of 2064, years after I retire from SSP, maybe that's when somebody finally takes note of the work I put in. But again, this is me talking in past tense. Through the years, I've grown up. Through the years, I've come to love my content a lot more than I do now. And I gotta start giving myself some credit. I mean, big YouTubers may never take note of me, but I got a small underground fan base. And look, anybody that doesn't watch me, anybody that doesn't pay attention to my content, I got to admit it. Yeah, they're missing out. I may not be mainstream, but I'm underground. Anybody that does have the privilege of getting to watch me, I'm thankful for them. And I'm thankful for anybody that decided to click on this video. 10 years ago, when I was just editing with Windows Movie Maker, I couldn't imagine that I would have been here 10 years later with almost 2,000 uploads, so many different series, and heck, even still being a wrestler, it seemed out of reach back then. Yes, for those of you that don't know, I am an independent wrestler, and I am your current reigning action-packed wrestling Carolina champion. Yes, I've earned the right to flex about that. Regardless of the lack of subs, regardless of the lack of attention, that hasn't slowed me down. I love performing, I love creating, and my heart goes out to everyone touched by the Reactor renaissance. I ended up joining the Reactor community myself when Dontai roasted Shad. Now, I do have my own reaction channel, but SSP, this is where the magic happens. But I want to send out all the love and the support for everyone touched by the Reactor renaissance. It wasn't guaranteed that anybody would have addressed the significance of the 10-year anniversary, so I know I had to do it. Heck, I was the one that reminded Dontai of the first anniversary.
I was gonna say something. Oh yeah, James Ramsey had brought to my attention that today is the year anniversary of when I first put out the roast of Tyrone Magnus, and how like the channel blew up. So that's crazy. Thanks for letting me know that, because I didn't even know that. But yeah, today is the day, the exact day last year of when I uploaded the roast of Tyrone Magnus. Your boy was living in his mom's house doing videos in the garage, barely getting over like I think it was like barely getting over 500 views a video. It was either over 500 or 1,000. I think it was most likely 500. Yeah, I wasn't getting that many views. I don't even think 500, I think that was a little too much too for back then, but I don't know.
He almost gave me a shout out, but he stopped himself. No problem though. I'm still a Bucketeer to this day. And with that in mind, folks, thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. If none of you have had a chance to do so yet, I would greatly appreciate it if you were to hit that like button. Helps me out a lot. And if you haven't already, please subscribe as well. And yeah, until next time, make sure all of you remember to be outrageously optimistic year-round. Booyah! I'm out.
Do you really want to cross the line right now? Go ahead and try to take what's mine.